I started freshman year as a short and shy kid. I knew the people from Metamora and the people who I'd played baseball with, and that was about it. Baseball was pretty much my life at this point in time, and many of the activities that I participated in were because of this. Christmas rolled around this year, and I had to tell Santa what I wanted. I don't know what I wanted then, and I don't even know if I got it. When spring came along, I played catcher on the sophomore baseball team. I did enjoy it a lot because I was with a few of my friends, but I stuck with it. Between Easter and birthdays this spring, I also spent a lot of time with my family. Sophomore year started off very uneventful. I went to football games in the fall and played IBA for the first time in the winter. I did not play much, but it was a lot of fun. I also started going to campus life this year. I even went on the trip to Indianapolis with Dom, and it was a lot of fun. This year, I befriended Bryson Matta, and he helped me get out of my shell a little bit. I saw how crazy he was and how much fun he had, and started to have some more fun myself. I also met Andrea Green later this year through campus life, and we have been dating ever since. She asked me to do vice versa this year, and I attended my first dance. Baseball season came again, and this year I enjoyed it much more. I again called for sophomores. Also this year, I went to ice camp for the first time. I learned who Jesus truly was and how relevant he is in our lives. I accepted Jesus here and am changed ever since. During the summer, I spent a lot of time at the lake we live on, and I also went to Miracle Camp for the summer. I learned a lot and made many new friends. Junior year, I did not look so scrawny and awkward. I went to my first homecoming with Andrea, and it was a lot of fun. We also got our second dog, Carlos, this year. Since I was in Spanish, I wanted a Spanish name for our dog, and Carlos just stuck. I again played IBA, and our team won the championship. My claim to fame is going 2 for 2 for three-pointers in the last 2 games. I went to vice versa for the second time with Andrea, and dressed like a nerd. I also went to the musical twice to support her, along with many of my other friends in Beauty and the Beast. This year, I went to prom with some of my close friends, Gabe and Noah. We had a blast and partied hard at my house afterward. This year was my first year of varsity baseball. I was the starting catcher, and this year many of my friendships were increased. I became even better friends with Peyton, Jeremy, and Gabe, and our team made it all the way to state, and we ended up getting third. It was a heck of a season. This summer I played for the Central Illinois Outlaws. It was fun, but since I did not want to play in college, it was only a one-year deal. My family also took a trip to Oregon and California. We stayed with one of my dad's childhood friends for a few days in Portland and drove down the coast to San Francisco. We visited Alcatraz, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Redwood Forest, a giant waterfall, and I found a large wooden knife. Senior year started, and I was already concerned with college. I showed a little more school spirit this year and was much more mature than I was my freshman year. I went to my second and final homecoming with Andrea. My family started to realize I was going to be gone soon, so we spent a lot more time together. Come Christmas time, I still had to sit on Santa's lap. This year, I just wished for an easy college-making decision. I had a lot of fun during the winter, and my little sister and I enjoyed goofing off and playing outside. I went to my third and final vice versa with Andrea, and it was the best one by far. We went bowling with Lucas, Dom, and Peyton, and had lots of fun. My final season of baseball is underway, and we played in Georgia. We're off to a good start, and I look forward to what the rest of the season and school year has to offer. After a lot of time and stress, I finally decided to attend Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana. I'm in the first year engineering program and in the Honors College, and hope to study biomedical engineering with a focus in biomechanics. I've always loved tinkering and constructing things, and I've always wanted to help others. Biomedical engineering brings engineering and helping together and will be perfect for me. During my high school career, I have accomplished some achievements both academically and on the baseball field. My sophomore year, I was the captain of our sophomore team. Junior year, I qualified for state on the math team, and I placed third in math in the WISE Regional. I was also inducted in the NHS as the treasurer. My senior year, I was selected on the all-tournament team in Georgia and was selected as a Journal Star Scholar Athlete of the Week. I'd like to think I'm better in almost every aspect since freshman year. I've matured immensely as a person. I understand people and can communicate a lot better. My faith has matured immensely, and I try to look at things with an eternal perspective. I've learned a lot over my high school career. From Andrea, I've learned how to talk about anything and everything, and I've learned how to put the needs of another before my own. From Gabe, I learned that people are stubborn and that being an introvert is awesome. From Peyton, I learned that competing against each other in school is a lot of fun and it can build a great friendship, and to never give up on your dreams. And from Chris Genders, I learned how to live an authentic faith, and I learned how to be bold with my faith. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned is to always say what you need to say. Even if something is hard to reveal to another, talking about it can make the world differences and add relief to the situation. Two of my favorite teachers through the course of high school have been Mr. Nilka and Mr. Willard. Mr. Nilka has impacted me by showing how to care, love, and be patient. He takes his time to get everyone to understand the difficult subject of physics. He also tells us stories of his wife and family, showing his true compassion. With Mr. Willard, even through all the death threats and jokes, it's kind of hard not to like him. He makes math even more enjoyable and showed me that he is truly compassionate about what he does. 5 years from now, I plan to be going for a master's in biomechanics. I want to make working with prosthetics a reality and think a master's is my most viable option. 10 years from now, I hope to be married and maybe have a kid or two. I hope to have a job in prosthetics, but if God happened to take me on a different path, I think I'd be okay with that. This literary quote is from Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. This quote helps me realize that we are helpless without God, and when we focus on other things, we will never achieve true joy or happiness. My favorite book, or books rather, are the Legend series by Marie Lu. I'm a big dystopian fiction fan, and these books keep the reader constantly interested and surprised. My favorite poem is Masks by Shel Silverstein. The underlying meaning of the story shows the commonness of hiding one's true self, when one should take off their masks and be themselves always. My favorite play was Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare. It was interesting to see how gender roles were portrayed back in the old day, and Shakespeare did a really good job at adding humor to the play. The biggest opportunity that I took advantage of during high school was going to ice camp in YouTube. As I stated previously, this has drastically changed my life. The one opportunity that I wish I had taken was joining Scholastic Bowl. I was on the team in middle school, but never carried it over into high school. I'll never forget the dances, the football games, and the baseball games. These were all a lot of fun and unique experiences to high school. Someday I will tell my kids that high school was a lot of fun. I made a lot of new friends over the years and matured in most aspects. I would tell them to take advantage of all the opportunities that they are given and try new things. Before I leave, I want to wish the best of luck to everyone. As the great Troy Bolton once said, this was really a start of something new. Sure, it's going to be different and maybe overwhelming to leave home, but it will be the beginning of our lives on our own. Hopefully we can keep some of the bonds we once had, but some of them will break to form new ones. Best of luck to whatever the future holds.